DreamHack Masters Las Vegas is brought to you by Asus, Republic of Gamers, HyperX, Monster Energy, live at MGM Grand.
We're back live from the MGM Grand, home of David Copperfield and even some NIP magic just before this one. It's time now to see what Navi are going to get up to as they're tested by FaZe in our final battle for the playoff spot. One remains. 7 teams locked in for the Grand Garden Arena. And I am your host, Alex Machine Richardson, joined by some fresh faces. See, that was my magical hand.
I like it.
You like that?
David Copperfield isn't a magician, he's an illusionist.
Oh, I'm so
What's the difference?
sorry. Yeah, what is the difference?
The difference is he just creates an illusion, he doesn't create real magic.
Magic's not real anyway, so...
whoa, you don't know that.
Whoa.
I hear he actually made a car show up on stage.
I watched
fantastic.
David Blaine turn a $1 bill into 100.
Cool.
Explain that one.
I did the opposite last
pull
night.
a body in half.
And he sat in a clear box for like 50 days.
Not bad. Eiko having a good evening.
We're starting strong. That's right. And hopefully Navi and FaZe will as well, so we get some good Counter-Strike. Jason Moses O'Toole, Chad Birchall, and Janko YNK Ponovich. I'm really going for that J now. Really going for it as we prepare. Pure yoy. Anyway, Wanko, let's get into this. We have to start talking about Mr. FaZe and this elephant in the room that is going to be, because we're going to spend the majority of our time talking about Navi, so I think we start with FaZe. A team that have probably been in part of the worst game we were forced to watch at the early stages of DreamHack Masters when we were talking about FaZe Renegades, but do they really have a fighting chance here?
I think they have, simply because of how much of a mess Navi seems to be.
And we're already on Navi. There it is.
At the moment, but you just
to avoid it at all costs.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
No, I'm
Alex?
joking. I am.
The thing is that sure, there's like individual, because what our FaZe is win condition. Their conditions, their individual players have to go off. They don't really have that much team play because of the stand-in, but they are facing a team that has superior firepower than them. So their winning conditions are pretty limited at this point in time. So you can see them on your screen as well.
The win conditions are limited. Jason.
Kill death ratio is actually 1 exactly.
That's pretty good. Pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually the player who stuck out the most for me this tournament so far has been Kiyoshima. Yeah, I don't know.
Struck out.
Listen, you know, Rusty coming off that break.
Because
but
of Counter-Strike?
I thought Kiyoshima has had a very good tournament so far. I thought he's had good impact overall in this team. Alu's been playing well also. I think the big thing that I noticed out of them yesterday was their CT sides were just, you know, very weak. There wasn't a lot of teamwork, wasn't a lot of, like, the rotations weren't very strong. So they weren't really able to mount any meaningful defense in their losses, and that's kind of surprising. It's something we haven't seen out of the FaZe that, you know, initially started coming out. So this is another one of those situations where it's just unfortunate that we have to watch them struggle through this one tournament where they have this stand-in, knowing that Nico's coming afterwards.
And I think, okay, let's do something different then. We wouldn't normally do this. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But since we are sitting here going, this is one tournament, it's a bit of a one-off. They've even said every game is a bonus, every win is a bonus. We'd like top 8 maybe. Chad, Nico joining FaZe, do you think they become a real top-tier contender?
I think so. I think they're lacking that star of a player that can go out and destroy in any single role and do anything in the game. They have the anchor player in Rain, they have Alu as the AWP, Karrigan as the in-game leader, like a bit of entry, and Kyo as the support player. Nico's the star they need. AZ wasn't fulfilling that role. I don't even think that was his role. Sure. But I'm excited for this new FaZe.
The new phase of FaZe. God damn, that is beautiful. Sorry, I'll let you get your closing thoughts, and then we'll move into Navi.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking it's especially if they're going to get this Nico, right? Especially if they're getting the one we're seeing at this tournament, because actually, I mean, we have to remember, as amazing as he's been so far in this tournament, before this, for whatever reason, for various reasons, trying to make mouse sports work, he hasn't been that same hard carry, that same, you know, very compelling star, very exciting player that we like to watch.
And there is no shortage of exciting players on their opposition's side, right, Janko? I mean, we've seen what Simple can do with or without a scope attached to his rifle, and now we are going to be seeing, hopefully, the other names that you tend to highlight. Flamey, right? This is his that should be his partner in crime?
Flamey, but even more so Guardian. Guardian is the one that has been quiet for a while. I mean, as per usual, when we talk about Guardian specifically, it's because we're used to such a high level from him. So when we say he's been quiet, doesn't mean like he's been doing nothing for the team. It's just he hasn't been having as many explosive performances as we've seen before in tournaments. He was the MVP for Navi on a number of occasions. So you feel that it's a matter of when Navi, when they have Simple, Flamey, and Guardian playing well at the same time, they are hard. They're very, very difficult to beat. But that hasn't really happened at all.
Well, this was going to be my question. Is right. Like, we've seen their evolution since the departure of Zeus, and you were alongside me. Yeah, well, devolution, sure. But you were alongside me when we saw, you know, Guardian cross legs crying in New York in the Big Apple, lifting the trophy with Simple alongside them.
And Paul.
And Paul alongside them as well. They did it, you know. They succeeded with the roster change at a large-scale tournament very quickly after that roster change. So what? I mean, the question can be, why did that not continue? Right, Jason? So you can jump in.
Yeah, I know Chad always mentions that as soon as you get, and this is very, very true effect when you see teams get a new player in that immediate period, like right after the roster change comes in, everyone's feeling very motivated and everyone is way, way more focused because you have that knowledge that you have to make this, you have this new player, you have to kind of figure things out. So I mean, it's everything. It's, you know, the practice is going to be a little bit more concise because you're working harder towards a very, very specific goal. And then also when you get in-game, communication is obviously going to be better because you're still trying to figure out how each other are communicating. So everything just naturally gets a little bit more focused. That's why that's where this term, the honeymoon period, stems from, and that's why you kind of see that effect on teams that bring in new players.
Okay, well, with that said, I know that, Chad, you have got a bit of a chip on your shoulder about talking about the map veto.
Well, Flamey ruined it for everybody.
Flamey ruined it for everyone. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Neither did Jason.
I can ruin it for you right now if you want.
So only Chad has seen it. So Yanko, do you want to play the game?
I'd like you to ruin it.
No.
You want to play the game?
No.
You want to
play the game?
All right, play the game. Let's go.
Yeah, how much have you lost on games this weekend already?
Banned maps in the bottom left corner of your screens. Navi goes for the cash. That's cash veto. That's their standard veto. On the other side, we have FaZe. FaZe. It's an interesting team.
Cobble.
They're gonna veto Cobble.
Wow, it's
now
getting
for
lighter.
the picks, does FaZe pick Nuke? That's question number one. What does Navi pick?
Yes.
Do they pick Train? Do they pick Mirage? That is a good question. I feel they're gonna go for Mirage. That is correct. FaZe picks Nuke. I think so. And then
So the third is Yanko.
and then the third will be.
Inferno.
Ooh, that'd
Do
be
you know
so
that,
cool.
or did
I'm
you
just guessing.
It starts with a T.
T. Tinferno.
Yep.
Tinferno.
Tinferno. I've got
That's it, Alex.
Smashed it.
Clever pass.
This has been a very good segment.
Wow.
Well, if this is like if FaZe gets to pick, then they're gonna pick Overpass. So
Doesn't it start with
Please.
a T, I heard?
How many years are going to pass until every team has a masseuse?
I wasn't trolling you.
I don't know if I don't trust Chad at all.
Wow.
But
It's unreal. He just gave you
it's
the
funny
ace of
because
spades and you
no,
just lost.
but it's like FaZe. Overpass is their strongest map. Jason, why would they veto that and play Train, a map that Navi knows how to play?
They do know how to play. To a very good level.
I don't have the answers.
Then
I wasn't
up.
putting chips into the game.
Why are
I
you
love
talking,
this.
Jason? God damn it.
This last segment with Yanko
Every time.
both days is just to set it into pure madness.
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, he is the crux of the issue for sure. Let's see who's going to be causing the most
Okay.
problems though in this best of three. I'm joking. I love you, Yanko. I enjoy your company.
you're lucky you're on the other side of the desk, Alex. I'll say that much.
Do you see the fear
You
in
can
his
see the
eyes?
fear in my eyes. I tell you that now. Right, prediction time. Let's start with you. Time. Have you got a watch? You can keep track of that. Let's talk though about your prediction.
My prediction, Alex.
Yeah.
My prediction is by the end of this day.
Come on, think about this. You've seen
Navi?
it because of Train. Is that where that's coming from?
Yes.
Okay. That
Because
last
of
map.
Tower Pass.
The last map has gone his way and swayed his judgment towards Navi. Chad, you've had the maps in your mind for like an hour now, thanks to Flamey. What are you saying?
If it's not Navi, I'm going home.
Okay, right.
Just up to my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is a statement that you believe Navi losing this would be a huge statement about their current form.
It wouldn't make any sense, really. But they're obviously not having a fantastic tournament so far, but they should have the structure and stuff. Well, the only thing FaZe have is random players and individuals stepping up. You know?
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Navi as well. Even if it gets to Train especially, I think that's just like kind of the safety net. But, you know, with the CT side that I saw to FaZe yesterday and how individual it got at a certain point, if you have guys like Flamey and Simple, they're going to love taking those fights, so they'll just destroy it.
The problem is this FaZe team with the standing is pretty one-dimensional. They close out rounds pretty quickly. A couple of set executes that they have that Jacob just throws what he needs to throw. So if you're Na'Vi on the CT side, you just use your utility early, and then late on in the round, FaZe probably won't have the coordination to close it out.
And there hasn't even been any kind of unpredictability because of a stand-in, because they've just gone, Jacob, this is what AZ does, thank you very much, go do that. And so any research they did for old FaZe works perfectly well here as well. This is it. We're going to have to talk about, well, we're talking about FaZe. Chad described FaZe as just random players and random individuals. A couple of random players are going to be casting your game as well. It's two player haters. It's going to be Sadakist and Henry G.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Gentlemen.
Right then.
What do you make of this one?
Well, I was just going to say, I was really hoping that during that map veto process, Yanko was so lost that he was going to say they were going to pick Dust 2.
Jason did that first. It's happened already.
That was day one, segment one, and I did that intentionally to inform the viewers.
Okay, yeah.
What was that was a bit.
So you intentionally
it was a bluff?
make wrong predictions to make us all feel better as well?
Henry, I think, was going to talk about the game, so
Yes,
I'm going to let him
should
talk
do
about
All I was going to say is I
aggressive.
just fully expect Na'Vi to take off the belt here, give them a good beating, and it's going to be a chance for FaZe to actually
He's been thinking about that one.
Go back to the rooms, Henry, afterwards.
And yeah, Na'Vi, they should be able to take this 2-0. We've seen FaZe play Mirage twice. I haven't been convinced so far. They managed to win one of them, and
Henry, I think we're running out of time. I have my watch to tell me that.
okay,
so.
that one's been done. You missed it.
Wow.
All right, let's get out of this. Let's
leave me
go.
alone.
Let's jump into this, guys. One more team needs to secure a spot in the playoffs. Will it be Na'Vi? Will it be FaZe? Henry and Gisado will provide the answer.
Right. back
No, we
to-
won't. They'll provide the answer. We'll just talk about it.
Okay.
Well,
there
you
you
want to
go.
get technical.
Mirage kicked things off. I do feel like this is going to be Na'Vi running away with this one. I'd say with something like a 16-5, something like that. I don't think FaZe have...
That's everyone on Na'Vi.
You what?
You're with Na'Vi. They're all with Na'Vi.
Yeah. So you're
All
going
in
with FaZe.
FaZe.
Okay,
Let's go.
perfect.
2-0.
Well, there you go.
They're making up
That's
for
it.
yesterday.
Well,
Na'Vi's look struggled. I'm not convinced by them in this tournament.
yeah, I agree with you. They haven't been amazing, but times some retribution. I feel like FaZe with Jacob, they've been okay individually. They need to start to really step up to have a chance here. Talking about the likes of Alu, Rain. Alu hasn't an amazing tournament, to be fair. He's been quite limited. The economy's run away from him
Yeah,
quite a lot of
that's
times.
very true, actually. Especially yesterday, Oscar. Let's talk about this. Nico, their future employer, they have the stand-in. They're talking about all this issue. They have the stand-in. Nico's playing against them. Doesn't even need to go lights out because Oscar steps up and finally plays as we would have expected.
Yeah, I agree. Oscar was actually great yesterday. Really
He was fantastic.
convincing stuff.
I told him after the game, he looked at me and went, I said,
You told him you're amazing,
I
mate.
said,
Well done.
dude, you played really well today. That was the best I've seen you play in a while. He goes,
Maybe he just doesn't like you.
all right, Oscar,
Can't
thanks
blame
very
him.
much.
I don't know. No,
Good talk.
I was impressed by him, needless to say.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's this?
Oh, there we go.
Don't leave him hanging.
Even Kerrigan looks at the camera. He's like, please,
Don't do this.
please, no. Me. I don't want to be on the Maymays.
Well, Matthew, I think the knife round has been done. I'm not 100% sure. A timer is counting down to start the game. I'm not going to get too excited and do a big introduction in case it is a knife round. No, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, the final best of 3 of the day. It's FaZe versus Na'Vi. Mirage to kick things off. CT start for FaZe, so we'll presumably say they won the knife rounds. And we'll have a look at the buy for Na'Vi as well. Edward, he's going Superman, Tech 9 armor. Flaming, he'll be on armor as well, but no upgraded pistol. And Simple, aka the Magician, he's got a PT-50 and a smoke. 3 smokes in total. That normally suggests you're going towards the A side of the map. You're smoking off towards the steps, jungle, and you can either pushing towards CD spawn, or a lot of teams recently pushing through their own smoke and trying to get towards that connector and jungle position. Let's see what they decide to go for.
Edward Tech 9 to start things off from Palace. Inside of middle, Kio's already spotting, so he'll jump down, immediately transfer, with checking underpass on the way, transfer into connector, so he's there with Jacob Alu. He's going to give up on jungle as a result of that. They've already got 2 bodies near that position. Why get smoked off altogether when he can go towards CT, which he has to do now, because Rain's one and done. Alu fast around the corner, good first shot. Edward's in the corner. Immediately adjacent, however, and therefore can find the response faster than he expects, and as such can also turn back inside of the site. Kerrigan needs to stay alive to keep Edward busy, but they've passed each other in the smoke. I think Kerrigan's going to just say, screw it, I'm gone. Shouldn't have done that. Wrong move. Edward's got him down. Simple finds Keo.
There it is. Quite a convincing round there from Na'Vi as predicted. There's smokes towards jungle and steps. 3 players, I beg your pardon, towards Palace. 2 at A steps is hitting the shots that are required, and it will be Edward with the Superman buy using that Tech 9 to great effect there, mowing them down as they're rotating into his crosshair. And we'll have a look at the buy. Presumably Alu, he will not be buying armor. He's the Orpa, of course. We did discuss that briefly as well. During this tournament, he has been extremely limited. It's been quite rare to see him on an AWP, and I'm sure they're looking to rectify that. We always say FaZe look a lot stronger when the man in question manages to get the AWP. Very, very good player with it. And having a look for buy for Navi, it's going to be 2 rifles here, a Galil and an AK-47. An MP7 makes a rare appearance, and the UMPs to accompany them. So, P250s, 5.7s, 1 Deagle for Carrigan. Nothing really to explain so far. There's a lot of stack towards the A side of the map. 2 players in towards Shadow, I believe.
I like stacks. Stacks of Vegas chips.
You've got 9 there, you've lost 1.
I've OCD, and I'm a little annoyed that I don't have an even number of chips in my hand. Seized is already inside of Palace. We'll call it Caesar's Palace. Yeah, there we go. Great minds think alike. Fools never differ. Pound it. Rain, Keo, and Alu up close in the A site. Seized is going to try and open things up with his UMP. Manages to find Alu, but they've lost 1 and now 2 inside of the site to other hands that are doing well work for Na'Vi. It's just Kerrigan and Jacob remaining. Make that just shake him, smoke down.
Yeah, force buy not really amounted to too much. Doing some decent damage there. You can see in the screen right now, lots of players low HP, but only Jacob survives. For FaZe, he's got the 5.7 head armor as well towards CT spawn. Navi playing this correctly though, not overcommitting, making sure they eradicate all the risks. Smoke towards CT spawn will certainly help, and they'll have 1 person watching towards the ticket booth. I was about to say, why is he not checking that position? Interesting, once the bomb's going down, he's checking the flanks and gets caught out. Not really much Jacob can do about it still. Still 3 players to find, but he's trying to cause damage to the economy. Do what he can. If he can keep the 5.7, maybe that will help him out. He's got head armor as well, but unfortunately Guardian takes his head off. 2-0 for Na'Vi. One of the redundant rounds coming up next. A full eco for FaZe, and won't be investing much at all. A technical pause comes in. We haven't had many of those at all this tournament. It's actually been
we had one very large
apart
one.
from major technical difficulties. Yeah, I agree. The overall's been pretty good.
Yeah, our virtual world ceased to exist for a period of time during a circuit reset.
I've never had that before. Everything just blacks out. We just completely lose everything.
Yeah, and I just kept casting as if maybe there's a chance they can hear me.
Yeah.
And then I realized, why am I casting? Because I'm not even in the server.
Yeah, indeed.
I will say we had like the whole entire, because obviously power with casinos and security.
Very old buildings.
Yeah, not that old. Really, I guarantee you in these buildings, they have an instant, they would have, what's the word, the capacitors building, so that as soon as the power trips, it goes into a built capacitor that fires the generator, so there's no dead time. But where we knocked out a circuit in this room, I will say there was like 5 people from MGM Grand instantly ran in and was like, what's going on?
Yeah. Well,
It was like Ocean's 11.
Almost.
Except none of us got rich. Edward into the corner after the flash goes top mid aggressive play. Simple's gonna walk out behind them, should do. They may not need to do much because they're already getting mowed down at the top of middle. There's 3 players waited inside of Horseshoe. It's just Kerrigan remaining.
Yeah.
And he's just walking to his grave as well.
Yeah, P2000 in hand. If he gets 1 kill, that'd be great. Very unlikely. Can't really connect much with the P2000. Clean sweep there for Na'Vi. Heavy bonus round coming in. They've got 3 SMGs in hand. And normally that means after the second round, force buy from FaZe, they're going to be limited in terms of head armor. Alu, no head armor. Same story for Jacob and Carrigan for now as well. What's Carrigan going to buy? UMP. So this is a perfect chance to do a faster tactic, use his SMGs, a lot of running gun potential there, and pick off the unarmored heads. Carrigan does decide to actually get the head armor. He actually started with body, but upgrades. And we'll see what kind of round comes in. It's normally very difficult to predict these ones. Here towards Beast, Palmer's for now. 3 players in that position. A couple towards middle as well. And some fire damage towards Alu, who had the AWP and connector, but he has to fall back a little bit there.
Fall back a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Kerrigan's waiting as well as they start to push into B. Molotov's down in the site and on the balcony above. Manages to do damage rather than a kill. It's Keo that will get a kill. Jacob as well. 2 versus 3. Rain and Jacob have to go for the retake. No kit in play. Bomb planted. And no sight from Rain either from the window because his timing just off the spot. Simple Look at Seized in the doorway to their left. He's going to time this, try and push through, smoke down. He could just walk in, waltz in. It's only Jacob remaining. He's trying to run to save the weapon. That's not going to happen.
Rough start here for FaZe. First gun round. It's going to be a simple execution towards B. Navi overwhelming the defending CTs. Are always limited on those first gun rounds of the CD side, especially after force by in the second. Has to be a full eco here. 5-0 imminent. And a couple of SMGs still in hand. Perfect procedure now. Up against other players. Farm some cash, then Guardian and Flamey in first. And another technical pause comes in. Alu's dropped out the server. Luckily, nothing's been exchanged right at the start. Best time for it to happen.
Even by any rule set in the game, the 1 minute or damage, he's safe to restart this round. So that one goes without contest. As we look at the divinity of a regrowing beard for Edward.
Yeah.
Every now and then you just got to get rid of it, start over, you know? Kind of like your hair.
Indeed.
Right now, I didn't plan for that joke, but that's actually what you're doing.
I'll get to shave a couple more times.
All right, that's not what you're doing.
Maybe in a few months.
Tell you what, I'll shave my head too.
I'd love that.
I'm not going to do
I'm not sure if you got the right shaped head.
I was told, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
by I think it was a Smix, I can't remember, that I would have a lovely bald head.
Let's give it a go then.
No. The last time I did that, I did it for charity. So if we're going to do it, we're going to do it for a reason.
All right, well, see you in November.
Yeah, maybe.
You're not kissing me this time.
I'm pretty sure you kissed me, Henry.
That's true. I got a manhandle to you.
It was outrageous.
Yeah. Still lives on to this day. Valentine's, it came back.
Sure did. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day.
For good reason.
It's Jaden's birthday.
Is it really?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
So that's more important to me.
Did you send her a present?
I didn't need to because of the snowstorm. I was home
Oh, there you go.
for half of the day.
Perfect. Well then, we go into round number 5 here. Like I said, not really much FaZe can do. Some investment, PT50s, Deagles, body armor on Rain and Jacob. I don't think that's going to amount to too much, but we'll see. The Desert Eagles certainly very deadly on this map. Kyoshima pushing off. Jacob gets the first kill. Takes down Simple, but Edward quickly replies with the M4A4. Finds the head of Kyoshima.
Flamey gets the shot on Rain. Pretty straightforward as they try and get aggressive to catch off the SMGs and M4s. Flamey, meanwhile, still with the MP7. Cops a nade. Won't do much damage to him. He's with 84. Nice shot from Kerrigan, popping out from Catwalk late. He's got a chance to try and pull Alu back into the equation. Jacob's going to come support, and the Pistols do great work in middle. All due to Kerrigan starting off and then not relenting to allow Alu back out from bottom mid.
Well, something to work with here. An unlikely round. Kerrigan stepping out with the Desert Eagle. 100 HP still, but it's going to be Flamey to neutralize the situation, bring it back to a 2-on-2. And now C's joining him. They'll be making their way towards B, but there is a fly in the ointment here. One player's going to be waiting. That's Kerrigan, who's already found 2 kills. Waiting on the bomb site here, but look towards the vent. It's going to be Seized. Coming in the back.
A lot of noise made. That is a lot of noise made. Sorry to cut you off, but that was huge because Kerrigan has the bomb down. You're right, Seized is on the flank. Kerrigan gets caught reloading and not ready for it. He can still win this out. It's an M4 picked up from Alu, but no armor. He's got to play positionally. He's got to get the jump on Seized, which he can do, given that the bomb has to still be planted. He goes early, and that'll cost him.
Unfortunate there for Kerrigan. He gets 3 kills. Looked like he'd done just enough there, but Seized flanking at the perfect time. Manages to bring it to a 1v1 and has the positional control of the situation. Here's a replay now of the Desert Eagle work from Kerrigan. Lovely stuff. 3 in total, not quite enough to win the round, but didn't see economy. But to be fair, Navi, it was in a very comfortable place. He had SMGs for so long. Now it's the first full gun round. Everyone equipped with rifles, AWP on either side as well. Guardian versus Alu. Quite a tantalizing battle on paper. Let's see if Alu can step up and go toe-to-toe with one of the world's best.
Run boost, Guardian, or just corner boost? I was going to say, what's the point of running on this? I'm so used to seeing it lately. This makes a lot more sense, though.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
That's old school, I think. I haven't seen that in a very long time. It's never really been common, to be fair, but it's one of those ones when it works, get your odd shots ready. Or Twitch clips, whatever you guys are using. Place TV. I don't know.
All of them.
The things that you use. As Seized will wait inside of the B apartments. Simple. He's a simple man. He'll just sit back and wait. Bombs dropped at horseshoe, so even though they've got 2 players at the top of middle, they haven't made any committed decisions at this point in time. And Flamey's passive on A just to make sure no one's going to push through and catch them off.
Well, nothing given away just yet. Navi hunting towards middle, splitting it from the underpass, but Alu, that's where he's waiting. Nails the first shot. And full back now, got the man advantage. Jacob will be waiting to connect with him to back him up. Let's see if he can actually cause some damage here.
Late smoke to mid window from Flamey at T-spawn, so trying to support, but that's not going to be enough because it's out from connector that Jacob is able to pick up too. Guardian still looking for a shot advantage with the AWP, but to claw back into this, forget mid. The CTs don't even need to redress that. They don't even need to be aggressive. Just hold in the wings as they're doing. Keo wants to go. Gets fortunate that Guardian's not peeking in that direction at the time, which he's shown himself at the corner, because that could have been a kill back and a start of something, but it's still a 5 versus 2 with 12 seconds. I'd say gun saved.
Indeed. Well, there it is. It's Alu. We said this team looks much better when he has the AWP. Opens things up with the shot towards underpass. Baits in his teammate Jacob as well, who's still holding the connector position. He sprays 2 down. He is the stand-in, of course. If you don't follow all the trends of CSGO, it's Nico that's coming into this team. Jacob, of course, did used to play for FaZe, but he's come back as a mercenary for this tournament. And so they've been a little bit disjointed.
Yeah, and that's the point. Yeah, he's played with a lot of these guys, but he's never played with these guys in this complexion. This particular lineup has never existed.
Yeah, so it's a little bit disjointed, not as kind of smooth as Carrigan would like, but they're making the best of it. And their first round there, it's going to be number 7. Alu back towards middle this time, not using the connector. Incendiary to delay the terrorists from crossing over or bait one of them out. As we go into an execution towards A, it seems. 2 Palace, 2 A ramp. C's holding middle by himself. And I'm assuming Edward's going to strike first as he goes out towards the Palace, but it's going to be Flamey to get the first frag.
Works successfully with Simple. Whoa, head shown, can't find the shot. He backs away to find bomb flash over. Jacob blinded into the corner. Guardian will take out Kiyoshima. My bet on all in is not looking great. Guardian was smoked down at CT, tries to see toward the ticket booth as well, but Alu doesn't quite get into vision. And Jacob is able to walk over to take down Simple, drops the bomb. So that's 1 kill. That might be enough to sway the round until Cease shows up from behind at window. It's shake him down. That'll open things back up. Watch Kerrigan and Alu. I almost said Fallen for absolutely no reason at all. Not at all in this server. But the rotation inside of CT, because if they can't leave that gap available, it could have easily been a doubled up position to deny plant. That kill from Cease as he continues to work the map, I think sways it back for Na'Vi. I think this round goes their way. He's going to switch to the M4 as Alu and crawl through while that's available to him, but the post plant's already set.
Yeah, he finds a kid as well. Has to smoke. He gets 1 kill, brings it out to 1v1. That's when it gets interesting. Smoke on top of the bomb and bait out the remaining terrorists. So this could actually work in his favor. Ops used a smoke towards Palace to take a player out of the situation for now.
He knows where one is in Palace. The second gone for the long rotation back toward mid. And he's made it work, Seeds. It's not planted for him, but it doesn't even matter. Guardian's still in the equation, so no panic, no problem. 6-1 Na'Vi. They pull back from a 3-2 in sight based on C's sneaking in the window.
So it is a harsh reset, but FaZe do manage to keep 5 players alive in the previous rounds. They will be able to buy into it, and it's going to be a rough round for them. No orb this time. A Famous, 2 UMPs, 2 M4s, 1 kit. Do have some utility to work with here. I would suggest maybe something a little bit more aggressive, flashing over towards A-ramp potentially. Try and get that first pick. You need something to work in your favor. You can't really allow Na'Vi to fully execute towards you when you have these limited buys, and I can see them kind of getting a little bit closer to the A-ramp. They might be flashed over. Rain and Jacob getting ready for it. This would make sense, but fast play from Guardian. He's looking for the first pick. Does he spot the player? Yep, he has an inkling. Takes down Alu.
Does indeed. There's Guardian already out from connector spots at A main, Jacob's position, but he still gets taken down. And Keo followed it, but that all gets swept away very quickly. As the mid control leads to a connector take, leads to Na'Vi up 7-1 over FaZe.
Indeed, and now there will be an eco coming in. Second stage loss bonus on the CT side. Not going to be enough to really bring anything together here. So next round they get 2400s. They can't really afford a partial buy here. It has to be maybe just P250s, that's it. Maybe push up middle. That's the best, but Na'Vi starting to run away with this one. Almost certainly going to be 8-1.
Almost certainly, but we've seen stranger things afoot in Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Indeed.
Guardian. Staring down mid. Simple. Coming out from the underpass. It's going to work toward connector. On the other side of it, it's Rain. There's Jacob in front of him watching A main. No presence of pressure onto it. Alu gets smoked off. He wanted to try and peek them late and catch them off before Rain was found, because then he could re-peek down connector as they're distracted. Nifty little boost. This is something a little bit different. The question is, did they make noise there? I think I heard a trigger, but not sure if you did. See, he's just still going to Molotov deep inside of the site, so I'm not sure he's aware of what's going on. See if he looks to
Edward
the corner.
didn't spot him.
That's the first shot for Kerrigan, not gonna go down. Edward, you say it didn't spot him as he came In through from mid, was he? As he went down to Jacob? No, Kiyoshima found him. So Rain inside of the site's the only one left, and he gets swarmed out by Flamey. I didn't catch the Edward play, but that boost almost nearly did work. It just had far too little to work with.
8-1. A buy comes in. Like I said, it will be limited. So they couldn't afford to really bring anything to the previous round. 4 rifles this time, and a UMP. It's going to be a difficult round, all things considered. But Na'Vi upgraded the SMGs to AKs himself. Simple on the AWP this time. He must have had a decent spawn. He's actually looking towards a window at the moment. It's Guardian, of course, who is the main AWPer, so he must have had that decent spawn.
This isn't Simple, I think, being aggressive and taking it away, because he's been actually a lot more passive about that as of late. Now, on this map CT side, he used to be famed for it. To the point where, on flip side, I remember at one particular match, he grabbed it and didn't tell anyone he was going to go play B instead of A, and all of a sudden, no one was in the A site.
Okay.
So, yeah, I remember that being quite a topic of discussion.
Fair enough. Well, he gives the AWP back towards Guardian this time, so a team player, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think he's quite in that fashion, but he has done it in the past. On this map, missed shot from Guardian. Normally quite quick on the trigger on those particular instances. It's Alu, Jacob, and Rain all near the connector with Alu inside of it. So they'll have to be timid about their approach and cautious about their execution to get inside of this particular spot on the map. It's changed slightly because Rain's gone more aggressive at the front of it, and Jacob wants to rotate over to B early. No, he doesn't go through Ben. He's going to stay window, and that's going to set up a crossfire perfectly with Alu as he backs up, catches them on Cat, goes for it again, and Simple back on the AK finds a kill. That still gives them a chance to try and beat the rotations to B. If they can get a kill on Kerrigan before Jacob arrives, there's a chance for it. But Simple's got to be very swift and quick about doing it. He's not quite fast enough, and that'll push Flamey back. 29 seconds. Save the AK, I imagine. They've got lots of money, but I really can't picture him getting a 1 versus 4. Maybe economic damage here if he can find another kill on a Rain.
Well, every kill he gets is important. So FaZe will be aware of that. Deny him is not even worth them killing him. There's an abundance of cash available for Na'Vi. Then finding 1 kill here won't really amount to too much. So the objective, keep all 4 players alive. That was looking very promising for Na'Vi. They had the mid control, using the smokes, flashing off towards ticket booth, etc. But they didn't Molotov towards connector at all, and that's a bit of a problem. Aloe was just lying in wait, peeks at the right time, sprays 2 down, and Jacob backing him up as well. So actually quite a simple procedure there. They managed to pick up round number 2, but good news is, overall, they managed to keep 4 players alive, and when you're facing this sort of scoreline, that's always going to be good news. Ali back on towards the AWP. There's a little play from him from connector. But still, you can see another round in hand still, even after the rebuy ceased with 7 grand, and similar story for Guardian as well.
Shot in from Edward is lovely. Alu goes down.
That looked like Alu's going to hit that for days.
Well, you'd expect it, but again, you mentioned it yesterday, they didn't have the economy to get the op on Alu's hands. He's been quiet in this event, even when he does get it. And Na'Vi will happily take a man advantage in a half that has been all theirs to really brag about at this point in time.
Yeah, I was going to say that play from Edward, it looked like he was out of position. He should have been punished for that, but the missed shot from Alu grants him a kill. 5 on 4 early stages of the round. This is where Na'Vi used to be at their absolute best. They have a different playstyle these days. But Guardian, A-Ramp, nails that kind of shot. Rain gets punished. He's trying to react. He's trying to get something back in their favor, see if he can get some information. Jacob doing the same in Palace. But now we're 5 on 2. And it's going to be Kerrigan and Kiyoshima to receive towards the A-bomb. So they're going to try and do something about it for now. They know this is a big round. Saving the weapons isn't really going to help them too much. The money's going to be in a pretty dire state. $200 on Kerrigan right now, but he finds a kill. Boosts that total to 500.
Back away. Save it early. 44 seconds, bomb down on A, and he's heading for wherever he can find a place to hide. On a rainy day, I'd sit on that couch and watch some TV personally.
The TV's broken.
Not necessarily. Did we check?
It's the most damaged TV in the entire world. It gets the slash of a knife every single round. Maybe not this one.
Does the knife really cut through glass, Henry?
Is it on?
I can't. No, it's off.
There you go.
All right, you're right. I'm sorry.
No one can walk past the TV and resist a slash.
It's actually true.
They have to.
Everyone who's ever played this map knows it is. Doesn't matter if you're death matching or you're in competitive matchmaking.
Yeah.
If you want to call that competitive, you have to hit the TV. You have to hit the TV.
There it is, 9-2. Kerrigan does save his weapon. Something to work with. It has to be an eco here. They can't really justify force around this one. AK saved. And you can see it's around the 2.8k mark. And it looks like they will be not necessarily forcing. Okay, yep, they are. Jacob's gone all in. They're going to have 3 UMPs, a 5.7 and an AK. Really going for it now. I guess The buy would have been bad regardless. They might as well try and use this AK-47, see what they can do with it.
Kerrigan did not want this matchup today. He wanted to get things done against Mouse Sports, get into the playoffs, because he knew going against Na'Vi in a best of 3 would be a very tough task. Push from underpass against these, gets the nade down, does damage, but it's Jacob to get a kill. Look to his right, already bypassed Guardian, just double checks to make sure no one's going to push in from apartments as well as he whistles a few shots toward Jacob's position. Nade goes one way, Molotov goes the other, and I don't think the Molotov made it down. It did. Okay, so it bounced. There's a second one that's thrown in front of Guardian. Rain's going to spot one going into the A site. That's a telltale sign. He'll get the kill at A main, but out from Palace, they've already had Simple slip through A, and he's going to forget all about Jacob. He's going to, or excuse me, about Rain. He's going to say, forget it, I don't care. I'm going to go toward B. He's going to pinch off because the CT players right now have Kerrigan there, Jacob pushing top mid, Guardian and Edward with the bomb inside of apartments, ready to take the inner parts of the site. Upgraded weapons for Kerrigan and Rain. They're onto the AKs. Kerrigan backing away as well as found by Edward immediately. And that's the problem. The other two, well removed. Simple's aware of it, starts to go back through into Checker. Gets taken down by Rain though. That's actually from Vent. Rain would have been crouched when he hit that shot, which I would have expected Simple to win it. It means they've got a chance on the retake. They're both on the perimeter as the bomb goes down. No kits in play. And it's Jacob coming in for the flank toward apartments. That means Guardian's got to be very careful as well at bench not to leave himself exposed. And Edward dancing inside of the site has to get sound cues to where Rain is. Good shot, Guardian. Now they'll get the information, and Edward will follow up.
A valiant effort there from FaZe, bringing it down to the 2-on-2. A lovely shot from Rain towards Kitchen to take down Simple. That was the kill. That really gave them a chance there, but unfortunately for them, Guardian towards the bench position, managing to hit a very crucial shot. They get Jacob's position, take him down. Double digits achieved, and another eco for FaZe. Deagles on USP. Carrigan's got some body armor. This is looking pretty rough here for FaZe. Tournament hasn't exactly been smooth sailing either. They opened things up against Renegades on this very map. It was a very close game. Rough Counter-Strike. You see there was a lot of holes in the game. FaZe playing with a stand-in, haven't had much time to work with it, but it's looking promising as Jacob, he picks up the first kill. Well, that Desert Eagle picks up an AK as well, but he has gone down to 11 HP. Give the AK over.
Yeah, Jacob goes back inside of the site with that low HP, and Deagle with Alu beside him on the AK. So if Flamey had a chase, Flamey had to try to catch him out. Could have been a second follow-up frag for them to work with. Seized his inside connector already, but Rain's ready for it. Oh, would have expected him to hit that. Does hit the target, but not the headshot. So it's 50 HP left for Seized, and the AK with the kill. Jacob, though, wants to try and strike while he can. Gap in the smoke could allow him to as well. But meanwhile, it's Flamey going into the front of the site. Edward, he turned back to find Jacob, trying to catch him out before he got into connector, and a sprayed shot from Flamey. He's going to leave him open. Nice shot to catch Alu. That's the AK down. Doesn't matter. Kerrigan has one as well. And the shot is successful from his front until Edward arrives. And another round. This is going to go 11-2.
Indeed. Decent effort there from FaZe. Jacob to find the first frag towards Palace, get an AK, hands it over towards Alu. And then in turn, that's in the hands of Kerrigan. Poor Kiyoshima, not really many options for him. Guardian finds the final frag of round number 13. 11-2 indeed. They can bind this one though. FaZe, all things considered, they need the 11-4 here. It has to happen. 2 rounds is not going to be good enough. All things granted for the European side. Kerrigan though, he's going to be AWPing now. So he's gone glass cannon.
Kerrigan was known to AWP. I always mention this, for TSM, because they had device T-side AWPing, Cajun being Kerrigan splitting duties depending on map. And he was known to be the CT operator on this map.
To be fair, Alu's only got 5 frags, 2 of those with the M4 from Connector.
Maybe it's time to just get him off it.
Yeah, he's not having the best time. And they're going aggressive now, change of pace. Kiyoshima, they find the first frag once again. Doesn't guarantee the round just yet though, because they haven't got a single kit, and Guardian, he does find Alu.
Well, Flamey is going to try and walk in with a flash that goes out, catches off Rain, so it's a good start on the way through. He gets tagged onto 10 HP, but it doesn't quite matter as much in the fact that Simple is next to him to babysit as well, and he's yet to be scathed. He's already checked underneath of Shadow by way of Molotov. It was a shallow thrown bounce off wooden board on the boxes. Nice shot, Guardian onto Jacob. So they'll check it even with the drop down to make sure there's no one else in the corner. That's been done by Simple as such. Guardian's inside of the site. He'll start to watch CT and finds Kiyoshima wide of the smoke. It's all the way over toward B, where we have to talk about whatever else happens. It's ineffective at this point in time. It's Kerrigan just trying to stay alive with an AWP.
He should be able to get this kill, actually. No, that flashbang's going to deny it. I thought Edward was going to walk into crosshair there, but there it is. It's going to be 12-2, Matthew, and the last round comes in. around $2,000 for each FaZe member. So almost certainly going to be 13-2 here. Guardian putting on a bit of a show. Edward as well, very good numbers as he hits his 15th frag in 14 rounds. Not bad at all. And there's some shots there from Guardian, quite flashy stuff there. As we get into the final buy for the CTs, Mag 7, FAMAS, UMP, a couple of pistols. Not much at all. Need to push somewhere, and I think it's towards Palace once again, from what I can see. And Jacob gets the first frag. Quickly replied though, and Rain does give them the man advantage for now. So some weaponry obtained and some heavy players taken down.
Edward, AK, aggressive, fast pace toward the corner of Cat. Round 15, Kerrigan with the Mag 7 gets a shot on Seized. He's the only one up close inside of apartments. He'll start to fade away, but it's Guardian back through connector to find Alu. And he finds, a second shot toward A as well. It's Rain that he tags this time, 15 HP for him as the bomb will arrive inside of the Beast site. And Kerrigan's backed away inside of apartments because he wants to allow Kiyoshima to get position on Catwalk so they can start to swarm in. As such, Rain will take the third approach in the equation. That's going to be through checkers. So the next kill is important for Na'Vi, and Guardian, guess what, easily finds it. Rain walks in, open window shot, elbow shown, but Guardian falls off, so he can't go for the peek right away. Instead, he wants to try and turn his attention to Catwalk and get aggressive, but Edward's done it all himself on that information, and 13-2 Na'Vi. What is with the one-sided halves today?
Yeah, right. Well, it was a 4-on-2 at one stage, but Edward and Guardian putting that one to bed. As soon as they got the bomb down, it was heavily favoured towards him. Guardian set up in that kind of scenario, rotating CTs, he's got the AWP, and they haven't. They're lacking grenades. He's going to mop up there. Edward putting on very good performance there, 17 kills. He finishes with Guardian not far behind on 16, and FaZe haven't really arrived here. They went 5-0 down. They win one round, they get fully reset, and it's chasing the force buys at that point, looking like they're a bit out of their depth right now. We've seen they've only played Mirage this tournament so far. This is their third showing on it.
That's actually very true.
Yeah. So, in terms of going forward in the best of 3, we know they haven't really done much preparation at all here. This is going to be their best map in terms of getting things together. I think we move on to Nuke next, and that takes a lot of synergy and coordination. So I'm not sure.
I'd like to double down on my bet, please.
You want to bet? I can give you better odds now, if you want to.
I went all in on the all in.
Yeah. So I don't know. You just bought a card, didn't you? Put that in.
No.
No? Don't want to risk it? Not feeling that confident?
No.
Okay.
Touch my baby.
Well then, the second half begins. Not looking too good for FaZe here. They're going to have... It's a very similar approach. Most teams go for these full executions on the pistol. Means you're almost guaranteed a bomb plan there. And it's just down to the individual performances as to whether you can push into towards CD spawn and find the rotating players. And I'm sure it'll just be the same procedure. Smokes to the steps, smokes to jungle. Maybe one CD spawn on the site, try and get an open plant down and push the rotations. Here come the smokes.
Smokes indeed. Guardian gets forward to the smokes. They don't go for the top stair smoke. Usually that's a default on pistol, and he uses the smoke that they do put down to get away and go back in. No. Guardian is playing with them at this point in time. Alu's had enough of playtime. It's over. But Mommy says get back on timeout because you're still a man down, and Edward's going to start to walk in through the connection point in behind. Exactly where Alu's playing from. And it's on to Jacob yet again. The stand-in, the mercenary, he's going to fall down, and Navi's going to find 14-2. They've got a chance to wrap this up immediately.
FaZe have to force buy in the second round now. Looking very confident there. That was a little bit strange. He had 3 smokes, like you said, only using one towards the connector / jungle area allows Guardian to find a frag. You normally smoke the steps, and this is exactly why. So he can't do this. And yeah, he gets the first frag. Like I said, uses the smoke as a veil and actually benefits him, you know? That's why you do the smoke towards jungle and steps. Well then, 14-2 has to be a force buy from FaZe. Deagles, Tech 9s, bit of utility to work with as well. You don't win this round, it's almost definitely a GG. I'll have no money into the next round. It'll be another force buy in range, taking a lot of damage to kick things off. He goes under 26 HP.
26 HP. With just the Deagle, he's got head armor, he's got a smoke, he's got 2 flashes. Let's see if he can try and get a headshot before any further damage is landed upon his body. Edward, meanwhile, slips back in toward ladder room. There's a player just in front. He fires early. Peculiar that he fires that early because Kerrigan, 1 shots and 1 hits with the D Guardian and turns and takes him down. If he went 1 further step, the body was there, the shot was made. Kerrigan's gone toward ladder though, and he picks up the M4, has to reload it, goes back to Deagle. It's Alu that peeks out as Seized falls apart. This is crumbling from Na'Vi.
Not over just yet, though. Need to get the bomb planted, and they're going to be focusing towards A. That's where both CDs are for now, but it's going to be a bit of a salesman pitch from Carrigan as he's towards the B bomb site. Frag's starting to come in favor, though, and Flamey spotted there, but he's taking heavy damage and, in fact, gets taken down. There's one player remaining for Na'Vi. That's simple. And if ever there was a man to deliver in a clutch situation, he would be the one. The Magician sets up towards jungle.
Gonna try and make it work, but can't from that jungle position. So Carrigan with 3 kills. I'd love to see his perspective from Catwalk as well. Because if he's picking up that shot on a Guardian and stops up, I still say, I think it was Flamey if I'm not mistaken, should have been able to take him down easily from the ladder room. Here we go, boom, shot on Guardian, and then a missed shot from Edward. Okay, either way, if he'd been patient, it could have been a 1-for-1, and that unfolded into a massive blunder because then it was a distraction play that allowed them to take down an additional player on Catwalk. So round stolen away, FaZe stays alive, 14-3. It's still a tall order, but it gives them a bit of a chance to string some rounds together, and as you said in mentioning North in the major, a chance to build confidence perhaps for map 2.
We'll see what they can do. Force buy and return from Na'Vi. Guardian, of course, a little bit more conservative. Still every chance they can give FaZe the same sort of treatment here, but nothing towards B at all. That bomb site's open. Should be quite clean cut now for FaZe once they get the bomb down. Not really much Na'Vi can do about it. Might consider saving their armor and upgraded pistols. I think they know this is what's going on. Not found anything. They push Palace, and they'll just be saving the pistols with the looks of things. No point giving it away for free.
Kiyoshima. Quick jump back down the ladder. That'll be heard from inside of the window where Seized is sitting in wait. So 10 players alive after the bomb goes down, and that all changes. Sometimes I talk just so things change, Henry, because Carrigan's the shot on Simple. Seized will follow up on Keo. But it's a matter of keeping Seized alive with the armor and the UMP that's more important right now for Na'Vi. Flamey as well with his MP7, because the force in doesn't work. They need to stay efficient. They won't even throw the remainder of their nades. Seized needs to be a bit careful, because on his heels is Rain. Thankfully for his sake, he's not going to pursue any further, so 8 stay alive.
Well, Na'Vi wouldn't have been able to purchase into this round regardless, so saving the pistols here when they know it's definitely dead. Managed to pick up a UMP and save 3 players on armor here, so something to work with. We'll see whether they can have another crack at it, but FaZe starting to get back into it a couple of rounds in a row after Carrigan with the fantastic deagle work in the second round.
Kiyoshima with a quick check toward the bottom of A main. Simple with the shots from the Deagle is going to back off window early. It's up to Seized to make the play. And I think he's going to go all the way through this, nade in. It wouldn't surprise me at all with the UMP. Gets more and more confident with each peek he takes. It's Rain that's immediately in front. AK loses the battle and follows it up with a double. Keo goes down, he'll upgrade, grab the AK-47. And Alu's found 2 on the way through the back door of the site from Palace. But Seized can start to play this out. Now the one question is for Seized. He wants to wait on A main to allow Flamey and Edward to get closer, but as that happens, Carrigan's rotating back around from mid and could flank Seized in his own hideout. Thankfully for that sake, Flamey's found Alu, and this will give Seized the confidence to move. Carrigan's getting closer, but it's about finding Jacob with bomb. Jacob in turn actually finds Seized first. Carrigan now needs to get in for support. Rotations towards CT. And the bomb not planted. No further smokes. There is one for Jacob. They may need to put that down towards CT, and he will. So that'll allow the plant, but he sprays through it. Spots Flamey first. Good shot from the M4, man advantage. Edward with just the MP7 is going to be found on top of the smoke. Jacob with that kill as well. 3 for him in the round, and FaZe get yet another.
Yeah, very scary there. Seized with a decent push, making the most of that UMP. Towards A round, he finds 2 upgrades to an AK, but FaZe managed to claw the round back in their favor. Here's a replay right now. A little bit too easy, I would say, all things considered, but he did a good job. And round 20 comes in, 14-5. The AWP comes in for Guardian. This is where things get interesting. And it'll be indicative as to whether FaZe can actually keep their head above water here. Need a lot of rounds in a row. And like you said, even if they don't win this, if they can just get into the zone now and actually start warming up, it's the first game of the day. But Guardian, he opens it up, and actually Edward joining in as well.
Not bad. Not a bad recovery mode. Getting back into the weapons for Na'Vi. Get this one done and dusted and move on to Nuke.
And that's where I feel like Na'Vi are going to stomp them there. I really don't feel like FaZe
Calm down. I've got money on the line.
Okay.
That's not going to happen, Henry. I'm believing. FaZe will win that game.
Fair enough.
Probably not, actually, but we'll see. Guardian, top ticket booth. Oh, looks to the right and the left. He's covering off A main and Connector. No smoke on Connector. Alu gets the shot. I thought he was going to get pushed from A and all of that. As Rain got ever closer, he's gone through now. It's simple only inside of the site. Firebox for him. And he's going to wait it out. Bomb getting ever closer. Rain's not checked that position. They have to consider it surely. Still a man down, Rain. He's sweeping the site, but he's gone beyond simple. Oh, they're not going to check it. They're not even going to consider it. Kiyoshima's going to pull bomb. Rain goes down. Kiyo, he's in the open, runs around the corner. Doesn't even get peeked from CT because he doesn't need to. Simple waited the whole time to strike at best opportunity. Oh. Nice shot, Alu. As he turns around and finds Simple as well. He's got it down to a 1 versus 2, 3 kills for Alu in the round. He's looking for an ace. He's up to 4. Bomb's dropped, but he goes to the pistol and Flamey. He's got an M4 waiting.
Beautiful stuff there from Alu. Just can't quite finish his job. Pulls out the pistol. Wasn't expecting Flamey to be there. And I'll be disappointed with that. Some really phenomenal close range encounters there. 15-5 though, 10 map points for RV. Here's a replay of what could have been for Alu.
He stays on the AWP. He may have hit that shot as well.
It's interesting. He pulls out the Glock there. Obviously, he's kind of anticipating the final player to be maybe rotating, coming in from highway or something, but not meant to be. That would have been so sick if he pulled it off.
Would have been one of the best plays of the tournament. As Rain will start this off with Guardian going down. It's map point for Na'Vi, but it's first blood for FaZe to keep it alive. That's one of the Deagles as well. There's 3 AKs to complement those Deagles.
To be fair, Ali doesn't win the round, but you can see how he's affected the economy of the CTs here. They've got UMPs, Famishes, so even finding 4 kills, no, he doesn't want to win the round, but it's something to work with, right? Like, it's promising at least. If they win this round, they do break the economy fully of Na'Vi. So now the man advantage. Looking a little bit interesting, but sees he's gone for the hard flank here, but he has been discovered, but somehow finds the kill towards Rain, trying to stay alive as long as possible now. He knows they'll be hunting him down. He has an interesting angle, though. That could be a little bit problematic, but apparently not. Kiyoshima taking him down and upgrades his weapon as well. Still the man advantage in favor for FaZe here.
Jacob sitting inside of the Palace position. He'll walk out late to A and try and find Flamey. They're converging. Alu's already through the window. He covers off on jungle. Simple hears that. But it's carrying him with bomb that really matters in getting in position in time. There's 37 seconds, not that time. Rotation time before the CTs arrive. And it's gonna have to be played perfectly from Flamey. So low on HP, found by Kerrigan and down to FaZe. You talked about the economic damage. Doing massive damage in this round as well. Could actually pick this up. Simple's already heading out. Now he's found Edward. This one is gonna go a little bit further with no guns for Na'Vi, and the next 6 for FaZe.
There it is. FaZe do pick up number 6, and it was a limited buy from Na'Vi. They have to take an eco here as well. Lots of map points available, but maybe FaZe do have something to work with here. That was kind of nuts. Jumping headshot with the AK-47, didn't catch that. There we go then. Pretty much full eco. No, not really worth force buying at this point. Just allowed money to get back to a stable situation and try and close it out properly.
Ooh, and they landed quite close to Alu. That bullet landed even closer. Thank you, Simple, for that lovely highlight material. See if they can win out the game on pistols against the AK-47s that FaZe are wielding. It's Rain that wants to walk back in the site and try and find the next kill. Flamey's close. Nice shot on Guardian as he finds him top stairs, but Flamey has the headshot position at Cinders. And he follows that up.
Wow.
CZ75, long range on Jacob. Push through, though. Kerrigan will find Edward. It's still a man advantage to work with, and Flamey's got an AK-47.
He does, and so does Seized. So, all of a sudden, advantage Na'Vi. Only had pistols, no armor this round. Bomb's still down, though, on the A ramp. A lot of work to do here. Looks like Na'Vi not fully aware of that, but Seized, you know what, it doesn't matter. Nails the headshot on Kiyoshima there. 3 versus 1 for Kerrigan. Match point has to go for it.
And he's got to go a safe way to get the bomb as well. He can't walk through the site now without his teammate to help him do so. So rotation back through. Bomb will be in front of him when he arrives. Simple's over toward B. Seized is actually interestingly rotating off of the A site. This all has to do with the fact that they don't know the bomb's there. That wasn't a peak position. That wasn't a death. That was a placement. That was left there on purpose. So CTs are actually starting to guess as to where Kerrigan's gone, even though for us it seems far more obvious. With 27 seconds, he will work his way into the site. And Flamey, bottom stairs, forget bomb plants. They can allow it. He'll play this with his teammates. Seized, just does spot him. I didn't think he was in position to do so, but does, and that's the game. Doesn't even get to the plant. 16-6, Na'Vi batter FaZe on the, as you said, only map they've played all weekend. At
think I even gave that scoreline, Matt. I said 16-6.
Oh, you're so good, Henry.
I'm so smart.
I wanted the all-in. I was just doing it for the entertainment, okay?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, as expected, FaZe, like you said, they've played that map. That's the only map they've played here. And that's why I wanted to say earlier, when they go towards Nuke, I just don't see them able to go toe-to-toe. I'd say everyone from Navi's turning up today, and as expected, they run away with Mirage. Nuke is such a difficult team map, especially when you're trying to use a stand and you haven't really used too much before. And although there was some signs of love towards the end there, a couple of close clutches and stuff like that, Karrigan did some good work with the Deagle, wasn't quite enough to get them any closer to the scoreline.
No, not at all. But it did give them a few rounds to build up some momentum, some confidence, I guess, to go into Nuke. It's a tough one, and side's definitely going to matter.
Yeah, if they get
especially for FaZe, with the Mercenary more so.
If they get the T-side start, that could be like a 13-2. That could easily happen.
Yeah, as we said, Nuke is getting closer to being even. We saw it at the Major, it was fairly even, but with a Mercenary, you kind of still need to rely on the CT side on that map.
I would say so. Well then, Matthew, should we take a quick break?
Yeah, you know what, I think we should.
All right then, well, don't go anywhere. Nuke's coming up next, and it'll be the second map of this best of 3.